now we're going to use an advanced training technique called Supersets, Alex, and this is where you do 2 exercises in a row without stopping. You can either do 2 exercises that are for the same muscle part, or you could do 2 exercises for different muscle parts. I quite like to do opposing muscle groups, so I might want to do, for example, standing barbell curls, which works the biceps, and then straight into some lying tricep extensions, which works the triceps, or I might do a set of squats to work the quads and then go straight into some leg curls to do the hamstrings, for example. But we are using this training technique now to train the same body part, so the rationale is going to be the same as it was with the giant sets, i.e. remember I said that a muscle that seems to be fatigued can actually have a lot of strength left if we just demand that it performs a slightly different movement, and this is, you know, going to allow us to hammer away that area to give it an ultimate pounding, which is what's going to create more muscle fibre engagement to enable hypertrophy. And of course as well, like with the giant sets, we're getting more done in a shortened time period, which makes it, you know, great for cardiovascular conditioning, which makes it a good fat burning tool as well. So we're using this training technique now to train the forearms, and in the forearms you've got your flexor muscles, and their function is to rotate the forearm and to flex the wrist and the fingers, hence the name flexor muscles, okay? And then you've got the extensor muscles. Their function is to extend the wrist and the fingers. So we're going to start with an exercise called wrist curls, and this is going to develop the inner forearms, and the muscles that are mostly going to be working for this exercise will be the flexor muscles, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take a barbell with an underhand grip and straddle a bench, obviously. You want your hands to be quite close together, about 10 inches apart, and you're going to rest your forearms on the bench, but you want your wrists and your fingers to be unsupported and hanging over the end of the bench. You want your wrists and your elbows to be about the same distance apart, and then just lock your forearms in with your thighs to stabilise them. And then you're just going to bend your wrists and lower the weight as low as possible, as far as you can, and when you can't lower the weight anymore, you're going to carefully open your fingers and let the bar roll down into your fingers, and then curl the weight back into the palms of your hands, contract your forearms, and then lift the bar as high as you can without lifting the forearms off of the bench. Okay, so I'll just do a few repetitions for you so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so contracting my forearms and then lifting the bar without allowing my forearms to come off the bench. Okay, so this is the tempo that you're aiming for. Okay, you're going to do 15 repetitions of those. And then you're going to go straight into reverse wrist curls. This is an exercise that's now going to be developing mostly the muscles on the outer part of the forearms. The muscles that will be working the most here will be the extensor muscles. So without stopping, you're going to go straight into reverse wrist curls. I'm just going to turn this bench around so that it's possible to do this exercise. For this one, you need your hands to be grasping the bar with an overhand grip, but your hands will still be close together. You want them about 10 inches apart, but instead of resting them on the bench itself, you'll now be resting your forearms on your thighs so that they're parallel to the floor. You can sort of pop your feet on there so that your forearms will actually be parallel to the floor still. But you want, again, your wrists and your fingers to be hanging over the end, unsupported. And then you're going to bend your wrists and lower the weight as far as possible, and then you're going to raise the bar as high as you can. Try not to move your forearms during the exercise. Okay, so bend the wrists as low as they can, and then lift the bar as high as you can, but try not to move your forearms throughout the exercise. And you're going to again do 15 repetitions of those, and that will be your first superset. We'll take a 3-minute rest, and do 3 more sets. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah? So I'm going to turn this bench around so that this little bit here isn't in the way. So you want an underhand grip. Yeah. And you want to, no, remember I said your forearms need to be resting on the bench. Okay, let's get your form right. So you want, can you put those, yeah? So you want your hands to be about 10 inches apart, okay? And you want the distance between your wrists and your elbows to be the same, okay? And then lock your forearms in with your thighs, so you might actually want to bring those forward if it's easier for you. Yeah, so lock, okay, so lock those in to stabilise them. Okay, now you're going to bend your wrists as low as possible. When you can't lower them any further, let it carefully roll down. That's it. And now curl it back up into the palms of your hands. Contract your forearms and lift that bar as high as you can. Okay, good. That's one rep. Good. Well done. You've got it. Contract the forearms and curl the bar up. 2. Good. 3. Now forearms are like calves in as much as they need a lot of stimulation to grow, so don't be afraid to really let them burn, okay? Don't open your fingers up until you've lowered them. Lower the bar as far as it will go. 6. 7, halfway there, nearly. 8, 9, 10. 5 more. Good technique. 11. Remember to contract those forearms before you raise the bar. Contract. 12. 13. 2 more. 14 and 1 more. Fab. Really good. Well done. Right now, with little to no rest in between, we're going to go straight to reverse wrist curls. We've established that that's too heavy for you, so you're going to go for the dumbbells on this one, because that's the more manageable weight for you. So again, so overhand grip on the dumbbells, that's good. You're going to rest your forearms on your thighs, but you want your forearms to be parallel to the floor, so you might need to pop your feet up there so they're parallel to the floor. That's better, much better. You want your wrists and your hands unsupported. That's it, good. And you want to keep your forearms on your thighs for the duration of the movement. Okay. You're only curling your wrists. Keep those, try not to move your forearms during the exercise. Okay, keep them on your thighs. Don't let them lift. Bend your wrists as low as you can. Can you put that a little bit more? That's it. Keep those on there, don't let them move. And last rep then. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, on your next set, before you do the next set, I just want to check that your form's correct. You know, like, if you don't, all your forearms should be on your thighs, apart from your wrists and your hands that should be unsupported. And, you know, like I said, keep them on your thighs for the duration of the exercise, try not to move them. But yeah, so we'll give it a 3-minute rest, and then we'll do another 3 sets of those.